In this video, I'm going to show you how to change out the shocks on a horizon washer. One of the biggest things, probably the biggest task besides changing out a bearing. So if you want to see how to change or how I change out the shocks on a horizon washer, this is the video. So stick around. Hear that? That's the sound of money. You wanna know what the sound of money is? That's it. Ching, 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 ching. Ching, 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 ching. Have a nice night. Alright, so I don't know if you caught what I just did. Hopefully this is showing up on video pretty good. I don't know if you can see it, but there's actually a hole right here. You got to get the shock bolt down in that. Then you got to pick up on the weight, and then you got to pull it towards you so that the rod in the top of the shock pops out. And I can't, I don't know if I can get, there you go. You too. Picture in there where you can see it, but how you can tell these are bad is they might have broken parts like this one, because it should have a top like that, and you'll see that oil. Now on the other machine, 2 of them didn't have any problems, but 2 of them did. This one's starting to go bad. This one's definitely bad. Problem is with these shocks, here's what it looks like new. You know, we compare that to the, and the reason these break is because it's banging around a lot. I mean, it's jumping up and down. The top of the machine's literally slamming. The top of this rod, we'll call it, is literally slamming into the top of this shock because it shouldn't move just but a little bit, but it's hitting it hard. And you'll know because it'll start to, the door will rattle. You'll hear the door rattling, you'll see it vibrating. These are bad. Telltale sign. That, there's actually 2 signs. The door will rattle, and your customers will say, hey, it didn't ring it all the way out. When these machines can't get to their high extract speed because it's vibrating too much, because of these being broke or one wearing out, it'll stop spinning at high speed, so they'll notice that their clothes aren't as dry. So here's the other problem. I have 10 of these. These were all put in the same time. I have replaced bearings in about 5 of these. And this is the first time I've had to replace shocks. This is a bad sign. And the reason this is a bad sign, because if this happens to you, and I did the machine across from here, and then I did this one, because I wasn't thinking, I should have ordered shocks for all these, and I should just start replacing them. I literally should just, what I'm going to do in a couple weeks is order the rest of them for the other side. I'm going to pull that whole island off and rebuild them. I'm going to check all the bearings, all the door seals, all the valves, I'm going to door locks. I'm going to make sure that every part that could go bad is going to be fixed, because what's going to happen is, now that I replace this one, that one's going to be bad. And on my island, the way this is set up, and I'll show you this real quick, my dealer installed the plumbing. I want you to look, that's a bulkhead, that's your plumbing. Your bulkhead is your plumbing. I don't know if you can see it, but it actually comes up and then goes down and goes up again. They're not a plumber. This is a horrible job. Hard piping any machines beside each other is a bad idea. The reason this is a bad idea is there's no room to get in here. I mean, look at this. There's no room. I mean, if I had to take out one machine, how am I going to crawl in here to unhook that? The answer is you're not. These are things you got to think of as an owner, because if you're going to repair your machines or have somebody else repair them, you're going to have to think of this stuff, because you want to make it easy on yourself. If you're going to own your laundromat like long time like me, make it simple. People asked on that dryer, why do I make it so I just plug it in? This is why. Because I want to make these machines so I can just take them in, take them out. I don't want a headache. I have big doors for a reason. I have entrances to get machines in. I don't want to have to take a window out and shove it in like some people do in strip malls. You got to think of these things. So if you're putting doors in, put big doors in, wide doors, make it so the mullion comes out. All these things you need to think about. Make it easier on yourself. You'll have less downtime, and you'll be in and out quicker, and usually less labor, because a lot of dealers, they might quote you a price on a machine, but they're going to get time and materials when it comes to installing, because they don't want to lose out on money. Now back to this thing. Basically, I got to put the 2 front ones in. Then I'm going to take that machine, I'm going to turn it around, and I'm actually going to use the belt access panel. I'm not going to take the panels off. Now the book talks about taking all these hoses off and all these supports. It even talks about taking the bottom off. You don't need to do that, but you do need some strength you need to be able to pick up on this weight to get these in there. A porta power, some kind of jack in there would help if you can't pick it up, because it is kind of heavy. And it is quite a little trick to get it in there. So you're going to have to be able to do that. If you can't, then you're going to need a porta power, which I have one. I didn't bring it for this. Never thought about using that. But I'm going to go ahead and get these shocks in the front put in, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull the back off and show you how to take them off. I'll show you installing these real quick too here. Now we're going to go ahead and take this panel off. It just has two 5/16 screws at the top. It's really meant to change the belt. I mean, some engineer was thinking with this, he's like, well, this way they don't have to, I bet the motor would come out this way too, but access cover, if you're real handy, you can get the belt out, take this off. You can, sometimes I fish the belt down from the top actually, because my machines are so locked in here I can't get to them. Now I'm going to have to tilt this over. So it sounds like fixed. Now she's going to take off here. She's going to go into spin cycle here in a minute. But that's what it should sound like once you get it fixed. Haven't moved like that in a long time. That's at high extraction speed. That's what gives these things the ability to wring out clothes better than a top loader. And I guarantee all of these need to be changed because none of them run this well. And I know just by watching from time to time. So I got, what, 9 years out of these hard use. So about 9 years you got to replace the shocks with hard use. Man, things moving. If they're working, Horizons are a good machine, but they're just very fragile. In an unintended laundromat, they get overloaded. That's hard on them. You know, they get abused, slammed. They definitely have their place. People love using them. What I need to do is clean up the ones I got, probably get them painted. I know it sounds weird, but I'll probably go ahead and put shocks in all of them, clean them all up, and keep them for another 9 years. Or 7 at least. Hey guys, time to go home, go to bed. Wake up tomorrow, make another video. Well, it's late, the lights are off, it's time to go home. Got 2 machines fixed. I got 2 on the end here yet to do. You see the bottom panels are off. They have an overfilling issue. Not sure what's causing it, but we've got to work on that. Had the one down here I fixed. It's running good. I got 1 top loader over here. Needs a belt. Do that in the morning. But for now, I'm going home getting some sleep because it's like midnight, 1 in the morning. Not even sure at this point. That's the thing. This is not necessarily a 9-to-5 job. Especially if you work a job. I keep telling you folks, it's going to take some work or you're going to be paying people to do this. These 2 machines I just fixed, I guarantee you it's $300 a machine in just what I did. So I saved $600. That's all the time we got today, folks. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate all subscribers. I appreciate you watching. Hope you got something out of it. I have fun making them. So until next time, catch you later. Be safe. Take it easy.